face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places. Makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind all the smoke is in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby, you got my attention. So you were saying, oh no, I don't.
What's up folks, how's it going today? Welcome to another, what seems to be endless lockdown. Today I'm just out for my daily walk as one of my days off from work, and I've come along, if you watched my last video, I've come along to the same place again, except I'm on the other side of the river this time. So this is the walk called the Diamond Jubilee Walk again. I'm exploring the other side of the river in treacherous conditions underfoot. It really is very, very, very slippy with the huge snowfall that we had very recently here in the Scottish borders. So I'm hoping to capture some lovely images today. It's about -4 and it's 8 AM. No light in the sky, so what we're going to do today is something a little bit different. I'm going to give you a few tips on what to do in regards to photographing in low light conditions. So instead of focusing on a big vista or a big scene, what you got to do is try and capture intimacy and a little bit lower down. Just try and take the sky out of the photograph. So here we are in the middle of the woods, all alone, in what can be described as lockdown 2 here in Scotland. I know it's lockdown 3 in England, it's only lockdown 2 here in Scotland, and yeah, so just a daily exercise. I live about 1.5 miles that way, and so I've came out today just for a walk to see if I can capture a photograph and try and take my mind off of this. Well, I don't really know how to describe it. Terrible thing we're going through right now. So let's carry on. I've got about 5 or 6 miles to walk today, and then we'll get back to the car. We're not near any public, we're heading into the woods just behind me. Nobody else around. So let's go and see if there's a photograph to be had. Come along and enjoy the fun. So coming down the path today, which is up at the top of the hill just above me, the reason I've come down is because just in front of me there's a fantastic old structure just in front of me, and I'll give you a wee look at it in a second. I showed you it from the top of the hill there. It's like an old watermill of some kind. Now I've really come in to the middle of nowhere. I really am all alone. As I get here now, there's a big wall just behind me here as well. But there's actually a water wheel that I'm guessing controls the flow through this gully just behind me here as well. And this ground is completely untouched. I can see a couple of animal tracks. I think that's about the most I can see there. And I can guess on a normal day walking through here that if it's a really bad day, the weather really would show up in this place with the green moss that's on the trees and things, on the wall and things there. Compositionally it's going to be very, very difficult to photograph, but it really is absolutely fantastic looking. I'm going to go for a wee walk inside, but you can see the details on the top of the building. I'll just give you a wee look at it behind me there. It does look fantastic. All the roof's all caved in. The trees are hitting the top of the roof. There's a chimney still there. So there's bound to be some kind of composition with this with this place here. What I could do is I've actually finally got a clearing above me as well. So getting the drone up in the air as well would give a perspective of exactly where I am. But the building sits on this podium. Obviously, you can see the water level must get to the top of it there. And you can see all the structure on the inside there's all broken apart as well. I can get round to the door on the other side. So what I'll do is I'll carry on around and I'll give you a little look inside the door, all of the structure here, to give you a little look at it. What a find. Fantastic. So I'm standing inside the old building just now. You can hear just the way my voice changes. There's like a well almost on the other side there that's very strange. And there's a little fireplace just behind me here as well. It's absolutely fantastic, it really is. The roof's all caved in and you can still see some of the water pipes now. It's obviously a very, very, very long time since anybody would have lived in this building. You see huge icicles hanging from the roof as well. It's been held up by what looks like some kind of scaffolding, but you can still see behind me here the old drain pipe running up the side. There's an old scaffolding pole there as well. Compositionally, it's going to be very difficult to get a shot from this place. But I'm just checking to see if my microphone is actually working there. Yeah, what a fantastic find. And let's have a little search for a composition. I'll set the camera up if I find something, and I'll update you whenever we look at it. So I've set up a composition on the building. I'm using a bow and a tree and a frame over the top of it, just in front of me here. Now, having watched a few tutorial videos regarding landscape photography, I'm trying something a little bit different today. Instead of shooting full manual mode like I normally do, just so that I can control a few things. You don't have to shoot manual mode. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever to what you want to achieve. Shoot automatic, shoot whatever you want. It really, really doesn't make any difference. I like to shoot manual mode because I just like to compose that or control just that little bit more as a bit of a control freak. But I'm trying something a little bit different today. What I'm trying is to do it on aperture priority mode, just to get focus on the depth of field rather than worrying about it. So I'm watching the histogram. I'm again shooting with a Canon. So what I'll do is I'll bring you up close and show you. So shooting at f14, what I'm doing, because the white balance on a day like today can be annoyingly difficult regarding the snow being really white and the greens being really green. What I'm actually trying to do is, on white balance wise, I'm trying to shoot different settings. So I'm trying to shoot under daylight, shade, just to see if it changes up a little bit in regards to what the shot comes out like. Obviously I'm trying to capture as much white in the snow as I can, and I'm actually shooting in shade. Like I said at the beginning of the video, what I'm trying to do today is show you why it's not always available to shoot under the best sunlight. So today we've come along, it's a dull day, there's no light, there's not been a sunrise, not even tried for a sunrise, but we've got ourselves here an absolutely fantastic subject just behind me. This building, the derelict building with a collapsed roof, and there's just a little bit of snow just on top of it there. You can see it really does contrast against the red bricks, and the building's been here for however long it's been here, many years, just left to go derelict. And just behind me here you've got this bow of a tree that leads through. Now, using the setup of the image on white balance set to shade, I'm setting my exposure composition just not one, but just one stop. So you get .1, .2, then I'm setting it to basically one above, you're falling about everywhere, setting it to one above the normal setting, and my ISO is set to 250, so that I can just bring that shutter speed up just a little bit. And what the shutter speed comes out at is it comes out at 1/5, so 0.5 of a second, or to get the shot. And if you can just look at the composition here as it stands, just behind the back of the camera, you can see what I'm going for, just on the back of the camera there. So what I'll do is I'll make sure I get this shot just perfect. Once I've set the composition up perfectly and I've got everything absolutely bob on, I'll give you a wee look at the shot right after this, and then we'll move on, because there's a few other places I want to visit on this trip. I've got the river right beside me here anyway. So this is my, this is what I would do. This is what I do basically on when there's not that glorious sunrise and there's not that big, huge vista to go and look at. Round about the Scottish borders, there's a lot of fantastic, intimate little places that you can go and visit. And those little places are just like this. This is one of those fantastic places. You just got to go for the walk, find the place, and spend a little minute just composing the shot. So let's have a look at that shot now. So I hope you liked that last wee shot, composition wise. I tried a few different things regarding the shot, just to see what actually would work better regarding the setup of the shot itself. So I did end up focusing on quite a decent little composition there. A few of the ones were quite nice. So I've come along the road. I'm about 1.5 miles away from the car now. I've been walking for quite a while, just having a look around, scoping around, seeing if there's any, seeing if there is any actual photos to be captured around the area. And I've come across this fantastic bend in the river, and what's like a giant pool almost. There's a wee bench up there, just an absolutely stunning area. Really is absolutely gorgeous. I just honestly, I can't put it into words. On a summer's day, this would be absolutely spectacular. On a winter's day like today, with the snow sitting on the bank, with the snow sitting on what's left of the green, honestly, it's absolutely stunning. So I'm setting up a new composition. What I'll do is I'll flip the camera and I'll give you a look at what I'm looking at. So compositionally, I'm focusing with the greens on the left hand side of the scene here, with the little snowy bits just in the corner there. Really does set the image off. I've got the 6-stop filter in the front of the camera here, which is giving me a shutter speed of 6 seconds. Flowing round, I've got the snowy bank in the background there, and I've got the snow-covered trees just slightly in the background. Now, as you can see, there's nothing to the sky today. It's just a grey out, absolutely flat sky. So it's nothing about looking for anything in the skyway, but getting this composition wise, again, aperture priority mode, f14 really creates that depth of field all the way through the image. And what we're doing is we're setting with a 6-stopper on a 6-second exposure. Now, with setting up for long exposures, you want to put the 2-second timer on. ISO 250 again, just to kind of raise it up a little bit. I don't need it too long. I still want to create some of the waves. In fact, if I put it F11, if I go F11, it gives me 4 seconds. And this time I'm exposing one less. So dot dot -1, dot dot -2. So I'm going to the first stop of that dot. So I'm not going one full stop under. I'm going just 0.25 or whatever it may be. But just to get a 5-second exposure at f11, take the shot, 2-second timer, 5 seconds on the board, and that's it. And the shot, absolutely stunning. It really, really is. Again, white balance set to shade. We've got no light whatsoever today. There's a couple more compositions to be had around this area. And I've been watching one of the herons. There's been a heron flying up and down. He spotted me and he took off, but it was quite cool to come down and just have a wee watch of him sneaking around, fishing for some lunch. over the other side here there's another walk that can lead you back, but I'm going to go back the normal way that I've just come down, back to the car. And what I'll do is I'll have a wee look around this area for another composition. I'll set the camera up, but first off I'll give you a wee shot at looking at the image I've just taken just now. So hopefully you like that little shot. What I've done is I've just had the drone up in this little pool area that I'm standing in. I've not changed up my composition, I've just kind of sat here and I've got the drone flying. But what I'll do is I'll show you a little drone shot just now and I'll talk you through exactly where it is. So as you can see, I'm about 350 feet above the ground at this point, and I'm just over in front of me, but looking top down you can see the way this little tiny kind of burn flows through these trees, and it looks absolutely spectacular. Flying a drone always impresses me when you see it at that angle. So that's the drone shot that I took just now. Absolutely fantastic looking, it really is. And with that, the sight's over and above, all the way through to Earlston. If I continued all the way around for another 4 miles or so, I would hit Earlston, and then it would take me 4 miles to get back. The temperature's dropping, it really is getting colder. For some reason it's just really cold. My nose is absolutely Baltic. So I'm going to start heading back. I'm about 1.5 miles back. So in total you're looking at a 3-mile walk today. Fantastic day out. We're going to head back towards the car. There is a few compositions on the way back. If I do stop to get one, I'll bring you along the way. There's also one just at the top of the hill here I'm going to have a wee look at as well. Let's carry on, head back towards the car, get more shots and have the rest of this fantastic morning down by the river. So I've come down to the river's edge again on the way back to the car to set up on my final composition of the day. Now what I'm actually doing is I'm using the little stopper again, so the 6-stop ND filter, just to capture some of the detail behind me here. As you can see, the river gets really rough, but on the background here you can see all this kind of snow still sitting on the river's edge or on the river bank. So I'm setting up my composition on a portrait mode this time. Again, today's been all about getting down out of getting any sky. So the good thing about this shot is there's practically no sky in it at all, with a huge cliff edge just sitting behind me here, and it really is focusing down onto what the river edge is. Again, not the most spectacular image in the world, but this is a place that not many people have visited. I've not seen another person since I came out of the car 2.5 hours ago, and I've walked probably, I would say now, just coming off of the edge here and coming down here, I would probably have walked now about 3 miles or so, and I've not seen another person. It's been absolutely spectacular. What a day. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up, I'll show you the camera system here. So the little stopper on the front here, and we're looking at aperture priority mode again, which is AV on the camera, F11, which gives you a fantastic depth of field, just to bring that exposure up just a little bit. ISO 250, because we're really in the dark area here, there's no light whatsoever, so just to bring it up. My shutter speed's 5 seconds, 2 second timer on there. Focusing is infinity, but I'm basically focusing on the riverbank with all the stones on it, in which then I'm leading through a little bit of foreground interest through to the backdrop with the detail of the forest in the background, using the 24-105 f4 IS lens. What a spectacular shot. I love it. I hope you do too. I hope you've enjoyed this video. What I'll do is I'll show you that image now, and then I'll close out this video as we get back on the road. So back at the river edge there, before I headed back up the hill, I took 2 shots. One was just a standard composition, and the second one was focus stacked. So I'll give you a look at both of them. Leave a comment below what one your favourite one is, if you do like any of them. This is the end of this trip today. Thank you very much for taking your time to come and have a watch of my video again today. I very much appreciate every single like, comment, video watch, subscribe, everything. I really do appreciate it. What I'll do is I'll put a link to my Instagram just here. If you want to head across and hit the follow button on there, there'll be more images from other events and other days out and stuff like that on there. So head over and give a like to my Instagram page. Please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button below. It gives me great privilege just to know that people are having a watch of my videos. And if you do enjoy it and you enjoy the images, comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. And with that, oh, nearly fell. And with that, if you ever feel like you want to visit Scotland or anything like that, let us know. On Instagram, drop us a message. On here, drop us a comment, anything at all. And I'll always get back to you. So thank you very much again, guys, for coming along, having a watch of my video. I hope you enjoyed the images, hope you enjoyed that today. And until the next adventure, I'll see you then. Keep out, get out, keep creating, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.